Bluestar ના MD બી Thiagarajan આપણી સાથે જોડાઈ ગયા છે। સર, गुड आफ्टरनून, स्वागत है सर आपका शो पर CNBC बाजार पर। और सर, एक शुरुआत करना चाहेंगे ओवरऑल आउटलुक रिजल्ट्स के ऊपर। सेल्स में देख रहे हैं सर एक लोअर देन एस्टिमेट्स, एबिटा वो फेल, क्या रीजंस है बिहाइंड दिस ड्रैग, वो समझना चाहेंगे।
Q1 was a very challenging quarter. If I wind back to January 1, which was Q4 of FY26, it started with the energy label change. Whenever there is a energy label change, the trade buys in very large numbers the old or 2025 energy label products. They are allowed to sell for some period of time, and manufacturers will have to stop manufacturing the old energy label products. That's how the calendar year began. It coincided with the unprecedented commodity price increase, whether it is copper, aluminum, steel. The commodity prices we witnessed, the entire industry witnessed unprecedented escalation, and an air conditioner consumes a lot of these raw material. The next one is connected with the exchange rate itself. Copper is today imported, compressor, semiconductor, these are all imported items. So the rupee depreciation impacts. Move forward to February, West Asia crisis sets in, and you have further escalation in costs. We were to increase the prices by around 13%. We could not. We could only pass on around 5% of cost escalation. This cost escalation is arising out of the energy label change, plus the exchange rate, plus the raw material or commodity price escalation. Now, we started off the year on a very high note. If you recollect Q4 FY26, we performed exceedingly well with a double-digit operating margin for the unitary cooling product segment. We were hopeful that we will be able to pass on the cost increase, and therefore, while managing the market share, we will not dilute the margin was the assumption. Summer got delayed. Actually, summer set in only post 20th of April. And in April, we did very badly. If you look at the GFK report, we lost 50 basis points of market share in tertiary in April. We had to tweak our strategy. We didn't want to carry huge inventory. We felt that we should improve our market share. Therefore, we had to support the consumers with schemes and the dealers with the special prices. In the process, we gained around 10 basis points of market share in May, further 50 basis points in June. To sum up, Q1, we could make up for the market share, but in the process, we lost margins. And if you look at segment 2, as against 5.8%, which was delivered in Q1 of FY26, in Q1 FY27, it is just 2.9%. So it is a disappointing quarter.
जी, साथ ही सर ये भी एक समझना चाहेंगे यहाँ से, एज क्वार्टर्स गो बाय हम देख रहे हैं एक बेटर कंट्रोल ओवर सम ऑफ द फैक्टर्स जो कि कंपनी के लिए, कंपनी ने जो फेस किया है एज हेडविंड्स, कमिंग क्वार्टर्स में वो बेटर हो सकते, क्या इसके ऊपर व्यू रहेगा आपका?
I think Q2 is very difficult again because it is a very weak quarter. You do not have much time to make the corrections. We are very clear that compared with the market share, managing the margins is a very important aspect. That's how Bluestar has performed in the past. Therefore, our focus will be to get back to our usual margin range, which I had indicated. Ideally, it should be at least 7.5%. But I do not have the visibility for full year to that effect. Our immediate focus is how to get back to full year margin of 6.5%. As I said, Q2 will continue to be bad. We have to look at Q3 and Q4 with the onset of festival season, how we can tweak the product portfolio and improve our margins. That is our focus, and I'm hopeful that Q3 and Q4 we will see a lot of recovery.
जी, तो सर आने वाले समय के लिए प्राइस हाइक के बारे में भी पूछना चाहेंगे, क्या आपको लग रहा है और कैसे यहाँ से कोस्ट से कंपनी एक मीटअप कर पाएंगी?
Both will have to happen. We have to increase the prices, but I suspect the market will be ready to absorb. As long as West Asia crisis is on and the inflationary pressure, I do not think the consumers will be ready to bear the additional burden. See, the industry also will play a role. That today we have excess capacity in the system. The manufacturing capacity available is twice the demand today. So therefore, some amount of price increase will happen, but we have to look at the product portfolio and the costs that we incur. We have to work on that to bring down the costs as well further.
जी सर, साथ ही ये जानना चाहेंगे फर्स्ट टाइम बायर्स जो है उसमें कुछ राइज आप देख रहे हैं, यहाँ से कुछ अपग्रेड होता देख रहे हैं, फ्रॉम कूलर टू एसी शिफ्ट हो रहे, या फिर विंडो एसी से स्प्लिट एसी एटसेट्रा?
First-time buyers are driving the growth. More than 90% of the sale comes from the first-time buyers. More than two-thirds of sales is coming from tier 3, 4, 5 towns. More than 40% of the sale is happening through consumer finance. And 80% of the products sold are entry-level products. And therefore, the consumers who are first-time buyers are driving the growth. And this industry is poised to grow significantly over the next 10-year period. The CAGR that is projected is around 18% growth. Therefore, one will have to offer products that are competitive, and you need to look at growing and protecting the market share. Our market share goal is 15%. We are somewhere around 14% now, and we have to pursue that journey. We have to, most importantly, recover and deliver margins. And you have to keep in mind the first-time buyers, and it is going to be a very competitive industry.
जी सर, FY26 की अगर बात करें तो एज पर इन्वेस्टर्स प्रेजेंटेशन कंपनी ने यहाँ से कुछ सर्टेन कॉस्ट कट की है, तो क्या कैसे आप मैनेज कर रहे हैं और मार्जिन्स के फ्रंट पर देखने जाए, और कॉस्ट कटिंग लेवल्स जो है वो स्टिल अवेलेबल और एग्जॉस्टेड लास्ट ईयर?
All the time you will find that whatever needs to be done, we have done like that. But the innovation is about figuring out new ways of making the product competitive. At the same time, ensuring that the quality and reliability are not sacrificed. So that's about innovation. There are quite a few levers that are available. And look, if the whole industry is fighting for growth and the margin, the component ecosystem, the raw material suppliers, they also will have to step in to ensure that they achieve the growth. If we don't grow, they won't grow, right? And therefore, it will be through procurement cost savings. It will be through the design and innovation, value engineering, through which we have to deliver products that are competitive. There are enough levers available.
जी से कॉमर्शियल रेफ्रिजरेटर के फ्रंट पर अगर देखें, कैसा ट्रेंड वहाँ पर अभी देख रहे हैं आप?
Demand has been good. Fundamentally, that business is very strong. India has very poor penetration in the commercial refrigeration equipment, whether it is a chest freezer or whether it is a cold room. There is huge potential there. Right now, the demand is poor and it should revive at any point of time. And I will not have any concern over the long-term prospects of commercial refrigeration business at all.
ओके। साथ ही सर आगे ये भी जानना चाहेंगे, कंपनी अभी एक कम्पीट कर रही है ऑन प्राइस, या फिर अभी भी आपको लग रहा है टू इन्वेस्ट मच मोर इन R&D रिक्वायरमेंट है, या फिर ये जो बॉटलनेक है वो आप कंपटीशन को बीट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर?
We continue to invest. If you look at it, we invest close to around 3.5 to 4% of our products business revenue goes into research and development. We are not a multinational, right? Though we have presence in other countries marketing our products. We have to do everything ourselves, unlike a multinational where they may have a global R&D center. In terms of R&D investments, we are one of the largest. We are ahead of the curve, investing in many technologies, and that's how we have succeeded so far. We will continue to persist with that.
जी, एंड सर लास्टली जानना चाहेंगे ओवरऑल आने वाले क्वार्टर्स के लिए क्या गाइडेंस रहेगा आपका?
See, Q2 will be a very tough quarter. I have stated this in various interactions, including the investor calls. The goal for the segment 2 is to take the year-end margin to 6.5%. A lot of work will have to be done, and this recovery will happen only in Q3 and Q4. Segment 1, fortunately, is supported by huge growth in data center segment and the advanced manufacturing segment like EV, solar, semiconductor, these spaces. And in data center EPC contracting or the MEP part of the business, we are doing extremely well, and it has huge potential. And this year, our order book itself should be close to rupees 3,000 crore from that segment alone. And in terms of revenue, that data center MEP business can generate more than rupees 1,500 crore revenue this year. And in manufacturing, as I mentioned, semiconductor, solar, EV, these are the opportunities that we are pursuing. So segment 1, the guideline continues to be 7 to 7.5%. Segment 2 had a setback, and we will have to bounce back, and we have a lot of work to do there. Fundamentally, there is nothing wrong, and it is just that the commodity prices and the rupee depreciation have derailed us, or we got derailed ourselves, and we will get back on track.
जी सर, बहुत शुक्रिया ये पूरी डिटेल्स के लिए और हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. બેસ્ટ વિશેસ ફોર કમિંગ ક્વાર્ટર્સ. તો આ રીતે આપણે ચર્ચા કરી રહ્યા હતા બ્લુસ્ટારના મેનેજમેન્ટ સાથે નંબર્સ અંતર્ગત, અને સ્ટોક પ્રાઇસ પર નજર કરીએ. લગભગ 1.25% ઘટાડો અત્યારે બતાવી રહ્યું છે 1494ના લેવલ્સ પર બ્લુસ્ટાર.